Guys, today we got new Travis Scott Jordans that are going to break the internet. Billie Eilish is getting her own Jordan 4, and the Jordan 4 Undefeated drop is not over. Welcome to Sneaky Sunday. Boy, was it a weekend. Man, those Undefeated 4s have people going crazy. We're gonna get into all of it. We've got a release recap, and we got some crazy upcoming stuff, so let's jump in. First up, Air Jordan 10 Steel. I believe these things completely sold out, so let me know if you managed to grab a pair. The weird Fantastic Four Puma mystery box thing, winners got emails, so if you managed to win the raffle, let me know. Interestingly, I think they said in the winner's email that they're shipping all of them out at the same time, so everybody gets the shoes at the same time, because as of right now, nobody knows what the shoes look like. But by far, the biggest release was the Undefeated Jordan 4, and they had multiple different releases, but the main one was yesterday. That was the online release, and then of course, I think, was it yesterday or the day before, people started getting notifications whether they won the raffle or not, and that was through email. This is a line for the in-store pickup, which is crazy. Look at this. This is insane. I mean, are these people all winners? Maybe? It seemed like most of the stock went towards the raffle, which was kind of good, because the online release, if you just went for that, it was a little bit depressing. It kind of felt like maybe leftover pairs from the raffle. But let me know if you did get that beautiful email saying that you won a pair, because you must be feeling pretty good right now, because the rest of us, we got the email saying, I don't know, still undefeated, you're a loser, whatever. It's a bit depressing. And shortly after the online release, prices kind of spiked. Like, look at this graph on StockX. Like, it was down here and it just started moving up. So clearly, a lot of people took L's. But hey, you could be this person who paid $44,000 for a pair back in 2024. Literally, there was a sale on the Sotheby's website, or the auction place, and they auctioned off one of the original pairs in a size 10 for $44,000. That is insane. You could have been worse. Now, if you're like me and you took an L and you're still trying to get your hands on a pair, there is some good news, and that is that there's going to be a decent amount of stock for the Nike Sneakers app release, which is going to be taking place as of right now on the 28th of August. So later down the line this month. Here's a little stock number rumor. Apparently there's 220,000 pairs total. We've heard about that. 110,000 pairs went on the Undefeated website for raffle and in-store and all of that stuff. And then 112,000 is going to be dropping on the Nike Sneakers app. So fingers crossed if you're still waiting on a pair, if you're still trying to get a pair, let's just hope the Nike Sneakers app is feeling a little bit nice to us. Either way, I don't want to put a downer on the people who won. Congratulations. If you did, let me know in the comment section. Let me know how you're feeling. To be able to get one of the craziest sneakers of the entire year for retail, you must be chilling right now. Of course, if we get any more updates on the Nike Sneakers app release, I will let you guys know and update you. Just make sure you subscribe to the channel. Either way, let's get into this upcoming stuff. We got some cool stuff to get into. We're going to kick this off by starting with a little bit of an update on the Bandai toy kit that they're doing with Jordan brand. So we just got some better images of the shoes. So this is the shadow, I guess, combo. So we got the shadows, the irregular shadows over here. This is what they look like. Basically just a little model kit, which is pretty detailed. Now, this is official collaboration, so you would imagine they are doing it pretty well. But they also got like a bunch of different colors. They've got, I think, the breads and stuff like that. You can pre-order these. These are like, I don't know if they're not scaled. They're kind of mini, but I think they do different versions as well. Either way, I thought this was just pretty interesting. If you want to check it out, you can visit their website or whatever. But yeah, let's keep it moving. Some other August updates. First one is a Brain Dead Adidas collaboration. I thought these things looked pretty cool. Like for a slender, kind of slimmed down shoe, which typically I'm not a big fan of. With the flames on the side though, this thing looks pretty dope. So we've got two different colorways that are going to be launching on the 28th of August, this blue one and this yellow one. And I mean, I don't know if I would personally rock it, but I can at least appreciate the look of these things. I think this blue one with the black accents and everything, that's a nice sneaker. Sticking with Adidas, we just got a little Bad Bunny tease. This is going to be a collaboration dropping, I believe, in October, specifically on the 15th. This is the Formula One approved Adidas Adi Racer GT branch colorway. colorway. $160 for these. This is Bad Bunny wearing them. Not bad. Like, actually, I don't mind. I like the colors on it specifically. So Bad Bunny is doing quite a cool little color combination going on over here. I think this is based off of the Mercedes collaboration they did on this sneaker. So it's the same base model. Maybe there's some slight changes to it, but it's certainly a better colorway than this. Just plain black with some like teal action on the side. Like that's just such a plain colorway. Either way, October release, we're not going to spend too much time, but this is your first looks. A little release reminder and a confirmation that the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 1 Low OG Better With Time is going to be dropping August the 16th. We've been speaking about this, but again, this has been something that is now officially confirmed by Nigel Sylvester. These are dropping on the 16th. Going to be a pretty big release. I think there's a lot of people that are after this pair of shoes. I know it's probably not going to be as hyped as like the Jordan 4s or something, but still a clean, cool pair of sneakers. Also on the 16th, we're getting the Air Jordan 12 French Blue. Look at these things. So these are the official images. This is exactly what it's going to look like. Nothing crazy, no changes or anything like that as far as I'm aware. I think the last retro was what, 2016? So almost a decade. Anybody who wants these things, 16th of August. So brand new leaks now. We got the Air Jordan 5 Luminous Green. We got some of these on-foot shots. These are from like a Jordan model. So these are like actual images of the shoe. We've only got 2 pics, so nothing crazy, but they kind of look like a little bit of a pastel-y sail color rather than luminous green. Very, very slight green tint. Not bad, actually. Like a really nice pair of 5s, if you ask me. Now, there is some weird like haloing effect going on with this image, so it almost makes them look like, I don't know, like the Off-White collaboration or something. Like there's a material on top. You know, like how the Off-White 5s had that like plasticky material. It's not on this pair of shoes, but I think that's just the photo that's making it look like that. Either way, these are going to be dropping on August the 30th, and I believe it's just going to be in a woman's size run. Same thing goes for these. This is the Jordan 1 Light Madder Root. Surely they're going to come up with a better name than that, but it's a nice colorway of the Jordan 1. We got 3 shots over here, again from a Jordan model. Now, these pictures make it a little bit hard to tell whether this is black or like a navy. It looks black in these pictures with like sail to balance it out. So instead of like white and black, it's sail. And then you also get like a slight peachy color for the Nike Air branding. Very, very clean pair of Jordan 1s, if you ask me. September 9th for these, again, woman size. Another crazy release, which we just got official images of. It feels a little bit surreal here in 2025. The amount of insanity going on in the sneaker game with the amount of just insane drops. It's the Tokyo 5s. We got official images of these things. September 27th is now the official release date. These are Nike Sneakers app images, so yeah, it's going to be dropping through there. I'm sure they're going to do some kind of special release for it. Undefeated kind of killed it with their release. Like they really rolled out, like they did a whole documentary and stuff like that. So I don't know if they'll do something as cool with this one, but it's looking good. It's looking like a go. Everything is looking nice with this one. I know people are going to go absolutely crazy for these things. Now again, there is a slight change with this one. They're going off of the yellow toe sample, so it's pretty much the Tokyo 5s, but you do have the yellow over here rather than what was on the original, like the black or something. Either way, let me know what you think down in the comment section. Anything that jumps out to you that you're not a fan of, but I feel like most people are going to be happy with these. At some point very soon, New Balance is going to be joining the dirty shoe trend where the retailers just freaking throw dirt on their shoes and release them. This is the New Balance 1000 Dirty Silver, which, yeah, it kind of looks like something Balenciaga would do. But hey, they probably saw Nike's success with those Air Forces. People kind of loved those. I'm pretty sure they sold out. These look cooked. Very, very cooked. It looks like they did almost a Balenciaga level of distressing on this pair of sneakers. I guess the original color was silver, so that you do get that kind of undertone, but they're just so dirty that it's almost like they started off with a brown. They actually look kind of cool on foot, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I don't mind the whole distressing vibe, even though I do know that it gets clowned on quite a lot. This is not too bad. $150 should be dropping at sometime in October, although House of It is saying summer and October, so we're not entirely sure, but these are official images, so it should be very soon. Very tiny leak here. Vibram and Nike are supposed to be collaborating on an entire Air Force One collection, expected 2026. during the summer at some point. We got a bunch of different pairs over here and their color codes. I think according to this, there's at least 3 different models that they're doing. But again, we don't have any images or anything like that. But since it's with Vibram, just imagine some kind of chunkier, different outsole than we're used to. So the 3 colorways are going to be black, summit white, and silt red, apparently. Full leather construction is abandoned in favor for tumbled leather and fabric. So that's probably going to be a lot better than your standard Air Force One material. If we get any images or any more like new updates, I'll let you know. Sticking with Air Forces, this one's pretty crazy. Imagine your employer, it could be anywhere, freaking Popeyes or something like that. Imagine your employer gets an official collaboration with Nike. This is a Delta Nike Air Force One collaboration, which is available for employees only. So just imagine that. You're working for Delta, your employer goes out and gets a Nike collaboration, and then you can buy a custom pair of shoes from your job. That is insane. So these are the actual images. It's to celebrate Delta's 100th anniversary as a company. I have no idea why they decided to team up with Nike. Like, what's the crossover here? An airline and Nike? It seems, well, I guess maybe Air Force One. Maybe there's a link there. Either way, the sneakers themselves actually look pretty decent. Like, I mean, pretty simple. This could be a collaboration from Lil Yachty for all we know. So you got embroidery around the Nike swoosh, which I do really like the outline of the blue. You've got a Delta logo on the back, and then of course you've got the tongue, which basically reads 100th anniversary. Look at that, 100 years of Delta. So you go onto the Delta staff internal portal and you just grab a pair of these. I don't know if they have to, well, I guess they do have to buy it for 150 bucks, but anybody works at Delta, let me know if you can just pick these things up, because that's pretty freaking cool. Another 2026 rumor, this one's a little bit strange. So apparently Patta and Nike are going to be revisiting the Air Max 1. This is a mock of what it potentially could look like. Not much different. I mean, maybe a little bit more wavy. Is this the normal Patta one? So this basically is just a regular Air Max 1. They're calling it 87 now, but obviously that's because of the 86s, which is the big bubble variation. I'm pretty sure this is just going to be the same as what they did before. I don't know why they're revisiting it. It seems a little bit strange. I mean, they've done like, what, 4 colorways at least? Then they moved on to the Air Max 90, which kind of made sense. And I think they're doing a collaboration on the DNs, but I mean, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But this is a mock-up of what it should look like. This one could be pretty massive. So Billie Eilish, or Eilish, however you say her last name, just unveiled a co-branded Air Jordan 4. Is she touring or something? I'm not entirely sure, but across Europe, something like that. So the sneakers she was wearing is this, a Jordan 4 with her logo on the back, which might be some kind of Velcro patch because it kind of extends onto the midsole, which also has some plaid, something like the Nardwuar collaboration that we're going to be getting. You also get some plaid underneath the mesh and on the eye stays, and then I think it looks like the back as well. Like, it's a little bit harder to see, but this is an upcoming Billie Eilish collab for sure. Like, they wouldn't just make this specifically, well, maybe they would for her tour, but we know that Billie Eilish, or Eilish, has been collaborating with Jordan Brand. She did, like, what was it, the Jordan 15s or something, and now she's doing a Jordan 4, which makes perfect sense for her. This will be pretty big. I mean, it's not a bad looking pair of 4s, if I'm being honest. Like, I actually kind of like the whole plaid thing going on over here with this colorway. This one, I mean, similar vibes. You've just got different laces, you've got a different print over here as well, and then a different logo. I'm very interested to see how this logo is attached to the shoe, whether like it is a patch or whether it's actually stitched in there. But I don't think it can be stitched because look at it, it extends onto the plastic elements and the midsole. Either way, it looks like there's at least 2 shoes as part of this, so we're gonna have to wait and see. As of right now, there's no information on whether it's going to drop, but apparently if it does, it would drop this year at some point during the holiday season around December time, at least according to House of Heat. Let me know what you think about these down in the comment section, and would you buy a pair of Billie Eilish Jordan 4s? But the collaboration that is absolutely breaking the internet right now is the new Travis Scott Jordan 1. This is the shy pink Jordan 1 back from the dead. So a little bit of lore behind this pair of shoes, if you didn't know, which I'm pretty sure you did. Travis Scott was just seen wearing this colorway of the Jordan 1 low. It's very similar to what we saw this, the cancelled shy pink colorway. So this was the original mock-up of what it was supposed to look like, and now that we've seen Travis Scott wearing this colorway, which usually if he wears a pair of Jordan 1s, it's going to release. It's pretty much a confirmation we're going to be getting this pair of shoes at some point, whether it's this year or next year. So I'm assuming what went down here was that this with the sale on it got cancelled, and this, which has a red Nike swoosh instead, is what's actually going to be dropping. Now, the interesting thing about this colorway and why everybody is saying it's going to be insanely popular and break the internet is because when we started getting all of those leaks and rumors of the insane amount of Travis Scott Jordan 1s that were going to be dropping, remember there was like a panda colorway, some kind of like green colorway close to his original one that he did. The pink one stood out, and a lot of people absolutely loved this colorway, which makes sense. It's very different, and I think people, I guess, really just liked the sail and pink combination. So I do think when these do drop, this is going to be a pretty massive Travis Scott Jordan 1 release. Could be wrong, and this could just be some kind of like sample that he's wearing. I think it's probably going to drop, and it also leaves the door open for a lot of those other canceled Jordan 1 low colorways that we saw to actually come back. So we may be getting pandas, we may be getting like, I don't know, I'll put up like, there was like a brown one, there was like a chocolate one or whatever. There was a ton. So maybe we'll see a lot more, which kind of makes sense for Jordan Brand to drop a lot more of these because they were so insanely popular, and I just don't know if the Nike and the Jordan, the Jumpman Jacks and the Nike shoe could actually carry, you know, without the Jordan 1. I feel like people just really love this and they still want more to this day, even though there's been like 10 different colorways. Either way, let me know what you think about this down in the comment section, and would you buy these if they did drop? Do you like the shy pink colorway? Pretty massive update from last week's Sneaky Sunday episode. The CPFM dunks. Take a look at these things. So apparently they're called the Swamp Sponge dunks. They're insane. I mean, trust CPFM to still be able to come up with new crazy ideas. So essentially this is just like straight up sponge, like not just cut down distressed Nike dunks, but like actually padded out with sponge. I don't know what the deal is with these things, if it is literally just sponge or whether they've reinforced it with other material, but there is 3 different colorways now, or at least there's this one over here, the black colorway with all of that exposed raw edge sponge, some very hairy suede on the toe box. Then you've got a blue one and an orange one, and then you've got this one over here. I believe they're all mismatched except for this black one, which seems to be the same color. We know that there is also a green one. This is the one that Travis Scott debuted over here. There's also a little unboxing of what you see. You can see the packaging and everything. These things are wild. Look at the colors on them. It's all crazy, crazy stuff. I mean, it's kind of what you would expect with CPFM. They're pretty crazy. They are pretty crazy. So like maybe not the most wearable shoes, but I mean, as far as like a unique pair of dunks, they're cool. At least 3 or 4 different colorways, could be plenty more, but I think at least in this shot over here, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 different pairs. Like, yeah, these are going to be dropping this year at some point. No official release information, but it looks like it's going to be pretty soon because we've got packaging. Nike's already sending them out to people. But let me know what you guys think about the CPFM dunks. Do you like them, or are they just too crazy? Some more bad news in terms of tariffs. We've been speaking about this for a while, and it seems like every month we get a new update of some bad news. But Adidas just announced or warned people that their prices are going to be going up. So I believe this is specific for the US, just like how Nike raised prices, a bunch of other retailers raised prices, and now it is Adidas's turn. So unlike Nike, they didn't specifically say like the exact price increase. Like Nike basically said, yep, it's all going up between $5 and $10 per shoe. So I think Air Forces went up like $5 or something like that, and then a bunch of other shoes you can tell online like they've all bumped up by $10. But it says here, with Vietnam and Indonesia now under fire, brands across the board, especially in the footwear and apparel category, are scrambling to assess costs. Industry analysts estimate that the average US apparel import duties could jump from 14.5 to over 30%, with billions in extra costs potentially passed on to consumers. For sneakerheads in the US, this could mean higher prices, especially on limited drops and high heat collaborations. Yeah, it's not looking great. Things are getting more and more expensive. We've already seen it from a bunch of different brands, but Adidas too. I mean, Adidas was holding down the affordable category for a while now, but we'll have to see how this goes down. If there's any updates, I'll let you know. This is a pretty cool little article. The best Air Jordan collaborations ever, year by year. So this was a little summary of just the best collaborations by year, starting from 2005, which is, I guess, the first collaboration. But we also do have the Eminem Air Jordan 4, which also released in 2005. But of course, you know, Undefeated season is here. Everybody loves this pair of shoes right now, so they put this as number one. For 2007, the Dornbecker Air Jordan 2 won that category. Fair enough. Another pair of twos, this time with Eminem. I didn't even know this pair of shoes existed, but that was 2008. 2009, the Dornbecker, another one. The Air Jordan 6 Jordan Dark, this one over here. Best collaboration of 2010, the Vashti Air Jordan 2. Another pair of twos. Man, they were loving the twos back then. 2011, Dave White Air Jordan 1 Wings of the Future. Like, these are insanely limited shoes, so of course they're gonna put it on here. 2012, the Soulfly Jordan Spizike 1. 2013, the Dornbecker Air Jordan 5 Isaac Arzate. 2013, the Dornbecker 5s, this one over here. 2014, the Fragment Jordan 1s. 2015, the Supreme Jordan 5s. Maybe, Eminem Jordan 4s also released that year, the Carhartt ones. 2016, we got the Air Jordan 15 Leica collaboration. 2017, yeah, gotta be the Virgils. The Air Jordan 1, the 10 could be, yeah, definitely the Jordan 1s. 2018, Travis Scott Jordan 4s. 2019, Travis Scott Air Jordan 1. Yep, another Travi. 2020, Dior Jordan 1s. I was always just a little bit annoyed at this one for being like the most hyped up one because they were just so limited. It was just seemed like a little bit of a pretentious drop, but it's pretty crazy they did a Dior collaboration on a pair of Jordans. 2021, the Off-White Air Jordan 2s. Don't know about that, bruh. Don't know about that. 2022, the Amamenya Air Jordan 4. I feel like this one's interesting because I know for a fact that year in 2022, people would agree with this, but now, after all of the other Amamenya, you know, like how many they've done, people would probably disagree with this. 2023, the Nike SB Air Jordan 4 Pine Green. Yep, would agree with that one. 2024, Nina Chanel Abney Air Jordan 3. Don't know about that one. And this year so far, the Undefeated 4s back again. So we've just gone full loop from 2005 to 2025. Let me know which ones you agree with and which ones you disagree with. But as promised, we gotta rank some sneakers. So last Sneaky Sunday episode, I did say that we were gonna do this little segment. If you wanted me to do it, we would do it. But I put up a story on my Instagram and I said, let me rate what you got on feet today. And honestly, the responses was crazy. So many of you guys replied to this story, so we're gonna go ahead and rate what you got on feet. All right, let's pick some good ones. There is so many responses. It is crazy. I don't even think I could find the end of these responses. Oof. David with an underrated pick. So he's got the graffiti off-whites, the Air Forces, you know, the spiky ones. This one I do appreciate because you really don't see too many people rocking these, and I think the graffiti ones are my favorite. It's quite unique. I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10. That's pretty solid. Damn, this one's pretty cool. Iconic Lull, I think is how you say your name, but he put this, he said, had the bricks on at the Grand Canyon with my pops. Ain't nothing better. Well, I've never been to the Grand Canyon, but it looks insane, and one day I will. This gets a solid 9 out of 10. Not only have you got some banger shoes on, but you got some time with pops, and I think this is dope. And we got Ty Clark with the freaking the ranch specials over here, putting some work in with on the cattle ranch or something like that. These things look pretty cool. I'm not too sure about the squared off toe box, but I mean, we'll give it a 4 out of 10 for these. Lil Temmie with the full fit pick, and you know what? I'm sorry to do this to you, bruh, but the shoes killed this one. I think this is a dope fit, like dope jersey. The jeans go crazy. It was so close. 6 out of 10 for these. Damn, there's people sending freaking feet pick in here. You know what? You're gonna get banned if you keep on sending these goddamn feet pics. There's so many of them. Finian with the grasshopper. Are these mules or what? I actually don't know what these are called, but back in South Africa, we call these things grasshoppers. If you know, you know. These are weird. Is this like a loafer version? I'm giving these a solid 3. 3 because it's nice colors. Nice brown. They look good quality, but I don't know what the hell these things are. Oh my lord. Dayong, I think is how you say your name. You got on the dark web shoes right over here. If anybody caught that video, that's what these things look like. All right, you must be going to work, coming back from work, something like that, but these things are cool. cooked. 2 out of 10. Pedro, this is -1000. How you gonna get Crocs with no holes like that and then get them that cooked? And then take the picture like this. -1000. So far, you are the lowest rated ever. We got Antoine with what looks like a pair of Solomons. He has a YouTube channel. I know I've seen his videos. He's like into tech wear and stuff like that. I've seen him with some cool shoes though. These are a little bit more mid, if you asked me. 5 out of 10. All right, we're gonna do one more. Should we do it blind again? Let's do it blind again. All right, we got Josh with a full fit pick. So what has he got on here? He's got the reverse jersey. I think that's a little bit of Playboy Cardi action. Cargo's looking pretty clean. I mean, whole fit looking pretty clean. Is those, you got visors on or something with the red watch? For boldness, I'm gonna give this fit 7.5. Not bad. But there you have it. Again, if you enjoyed this segment, let me know down in the comment section and we'll continue doing it until you guys say that you hate it and then I can get rid of it. That is it for this week's Sneaky Sunday. Don't forget we do this every single Sunday, so subscribe to the channel to make sure you're always up to date. And I'm gonna throw a video up in the top left-hand corner. Don't normally do that, but check it out.